All right, today's show co-host Savannah Guthrie is now speaking out in a heartbreaking interview with her colleagues at NBC News about the disappearance of her mother, Nancy. It is the first time Savannah has spoken about the case at length in public. Take a look.
So there was no wander off, and the doors were propped open.
Yeah.
And there was blood on the front doorstep, and the Ring camera had been yanked off.
Yeah.
And so we were saying, this is...
Do something.
This is not okay. And he said, I think she's been kidnapped for ransom. And I said, what?
Yeah.
Well, why? What? And then I'm just said, do you think because of me? And he said, I'm sorry, sweetie, but yeah, maybe. But I knew that.
You did.
To think that I brought this to her bedside, that it's because of me. And I just say, I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry.
All right, here with reaction is the host of Crime Stories on Fox 1, the one and only Nancy Grace. You know, first of all, I think this needs to be said, and I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with me. It's not her. There's evil in this world. They targeted this 84-year-old woman. Savannah is not responsible for the evil perpetrated by a soulless human being. And I feel bad that she feels some degree of guilt because she's a public figure. She did not cause that.
It's like a dagger to the chest to think that Savannah, first of all, watching that was agonizing. It was excruciating. And Savannah revealed what other victims of violent crime around the country suffer every day. And she's giving a face to it and a name to that agony, that not knowing what her mother went through. And it's painful. It's painful to watch. But I watched every minute of it because we owe her that. We owe her to acknowledge what she and her family is going through. But absolutely, you know, that's very common for crime victims. I did it. When my fiance was murdered, I thought, oh, if I had fill in the blank. And seemingly, it's universal. You think it's your fault. It is not her fault that she is beautiful and brilliant and successful. It's his fault, his and his accomplices. And let me remind everyone that in Arizona, there is the death penalty, including for felony murder, Sean, which means a death occurs during the commission of the felony. Whether she was kidnapped and passed on, that's certainly a euphemism, by accident or natural causes, it doesn't matter. A death occurred during a felony, which is kidnapping. So either the perp or his accomplice, the aiders and abettors that know what happened, had better come forward now, or they will be sitting on the Arizona death row.
You know, you lived through this when you were 19 years old and engaged, and your story is heartbreaking. And you're coming up on my podcast, and we're going to let you tell that whole story. Here's what I think about, and then some people say, well, Hannity, you're getting political. I am not getting political. When I talk about Laken Riley, Jocelyn Nungaray, Rachel Morin, when I scroll names that nobody ever heard of, I've been doing it since 2009, of people in Chicago who have been shot and killed, everything you felt and you saw that Savannah went through, that you went through, happens to every family. And that's why I'm so passionate and angry that there are people that want to put handcuffs and defund the police and reimagine the police and no bail laws. What are we doing? Or allow people not vetted into our country, come from anywhere, but come in legally. And I say that, and people say, well, that's not fair. No, I'm not using this as a political point. I'm using it because I want Americans to live. I don't want to report on death anymore. I'll give you the last word.
You know, Sean, aside from feeling Savannah suffering through her words, I learned a lot. I now firmly believe, I suspect it already, that there are multiple accomplices. The porch guy at the front and somebody propping that back door open. The blood was at the front, so she was taken out that way. It's her blood. This 84-year-old lady that was in severe pain, severe back pain, on a good day can make it to the mailbox. Who did this? There's more than one, Sean. That means somebody could crack. Somebody knows Savannah is right.
You know what I love about you? You never give up. The one time I was a little disappointed by some of the news on this case, you put me right in my place right here on this show, and you were right. I was wrong. Our prayers are with Savannah, her family, her mother, and I pray that one day, like in the Elizabeth Smart case, we can report that they have been reunited again, and she's been found and is healthy and okay.
God
That's
willing.
my hope and prayer.
God willing.
All right, Nancy, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.